Hello, guys. Today in class we talk about the simple past or past simple. It's the same, okay? And of course, if we talk about the past, it's an action that we did yesterday or before yesterday or last week, last month, last Christmas, okay, last summer, okay? It's not an action in present, right? So it's important that you remember that in English we have two kinds of actions. We have regular and we have irregular actions. And for that you need to study the actions, okay? Because the regular actions are the ones that you just have to add a d or ed, and that's it. For example, play it. You write play it, right? Or listen it. Or for example, walk it. Okay, you just add ed or d, and that's it. Okay, it's regular and in past. But for the irregular ones, some of them changes, okay, some of them stays the same, or maybe change one letter, okay. For example, we can say eat changes to ate, okay, or write changes to wrote, or for example have changes to had, okay. And in the case of cut and put and read, the word writes in the same way. Cut. It is the same in present simple past and past participle. Or read. Just the pronunciation is different. Read is in present, in past is read, okay, but you write the same form. So you need to study the actions, okay. I just send you on periodo dos. I just send you a list of actions, okay, that you must study them, okay. So how are we going to write an action in past, okay? Here it says that the simple past or past statements, okay. If we're going to talk about the verb to be, okay, the verb to be has its own form to do the actions to do the statement in past, okay. Which is the verb to be? Am, is, or are. Am and is changes to was, okay. Like here we have, for example, if it is singular, I, he, she, and it was, okay. He was in the kitchen. I was with you. My mom was in the school, okay. For the plural form, we have you, we, and they. Instead of are, we're going to use were. We were late for class, okay. My friends were with me, etc., okay. And as we have positive, we have negative, okay. The negative form of was not, or the short form or the contract form is wasn't. The same happens for the plural, is were not or weren't, okay. And the rest of the action you can select whatever you need to write, okay. And here we have some examples, okay. Positive and negative. Remember that we're talking about the past form of the verb to be. We have the Maris was at home yesterday. Negative, she wasn't at school. I was sad because I failed the test. Or negative, I wasn't alone this weekend. That's for singular names. Now for plural, they were late to school. You weren't early. Okay, positive and negative. My parents were at home with me. The dogs weren't on the street. Positive and negative. So you need to remember that the verb to be has its own form to make a simple past action, okay. And what happens with the rest of the action? Well, we're going to see it in a few seconds. But remember, was is for singular in past, Were is for plural in past. Wasn't is for singular and negative. And weren't is for plural in negative. Okay? But we have more actions, right? We don't have just the verb to be. Okay? We have more actions. What happened with the rest of the actions? As I was saying, we have regular and irregular actions. We can work also with the rest of the actions, regular and irregular. Okay? For regular actions, we need to add the or ed at the end of the word, and that's it. Okay? With that, you just form a regular action in past. Okay? Like here, we have play, played, stay, stay, jump, jumped, listen, listened, travel, traveled. Okay? The first column is in present, okay, or the base form of the action, and then the second column is the past. Okay, but what happened to the rest of the action? Okay, we have regular and irregular actions. Okay, it says for irregular actions the word can stay the same or changes a letter or the entire word. Okay, so we have regular actions like eat changes to ate. Do changes to did. Go changes to went. Have changes to had. And make changes to made. Okay, just some examples. Okay, and then we have some actions or some statements. For example, it says here, we can use the regular and irregular form of the actions in past with any pronoun, any name. Okay, the only thing that is going to change is the action. Okay, and of course the verb to be, as we already saw, the verb to be has its own form. Was is for singular and were is for plural. Okay, but the rest of the actions like walk, stay, fix, bite, dance, etc., you have to remember which are regulars and which are irregular. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it is regular or irregular. You can use it with singular and plural names. For example, you can say Yaretsi traveled last year to Europe. Okay, travel is regular form. Okay, Jackie and Angel went to the cinema with their friends. Went is the past form of go. Okay, it's irregular. My parents ate lasagna yesterday. Ate, okay, is irregular. Is the regular form of eat. Okay, I played the guitar very well on class. Play is regular. Okay, in past. So we have travel, went, ate, and played. Okay. And as you see, Yaretsi is singular, or Jackie and Angel are plural. So it doesn't matter if it is singular or plural, the action goes with singular and plural names. Okay? Remember that we're not talking about the verb to be, we're talking about the rest of the actions. Okay? So singular or plural, you can use ate. Singular or plural, you can use played or traveled, etc. Okay? So it's important that you remember this. Okay, now I just left this information on your platform on periodo 2. Okay, to remember the verb to be. Okay, I was, you were, he was, she, it was, we, you, and they were. Negative, I wasn't, you weren't, he wasn't, she wasn't, we weren't, they weren't. Okay, and the question always begins with the auxiliary. Okay, was I at your house? Were you with me? Was he at the party? Okay, were they started for, were they what were they at home, for example? When it's a question, first is the auxiliary was or were, and then is the pronoun and the complement. Okay, when it's a question. When it's negative, we're going to use wasn't or was not, full form. for singular, and for plural is weren't, okay, or were not, the full form, okay. And when it's positive, it's just was for singular, were for plural, okay. Then we're going to talk about the negative form and how are we going to make some questions.